Welcome back, friends. Today we are going to continue with our topic of volumetric analysis. In the previous session, I will discuss about the concept of the acid-base molar ratio and the acid-base titration. If you remember, we said the molarity of acid, volume of acid is equal to number of moles of acid, then here divided by molarity of base, volume of base, number of moles of base. Now, the origin of this formula is from the formula of molarity. If you remember, from the formula of molarity, we said molarity is equal to number of moles divided by volume. Now, molarity of acid will be equal to number of moles of acid divided by volume of acid. So, molarity of acid, volume of acid will be equal to number of moles of acid. And molarity of base, volume of base is equal to number of moles of base. Now from there, taking molarity of acid, volume of acid is equal to number of moles of acid. Now this ratio, this divided by this, we divide by molarity of base, volume of base, number of moles of base. This is what we normally call it at the acid-base molar ratio. Acid-base molar ratio. A very common formula which is used in volumetric analysis. Now in volumetric analysis, we have four basic types of calculations. The first calculation is calculating molarity of a substance. Molarity of a substance. Second type of calculation is calculating about the relative atomic mass of unknown element. Relative atomic mass of unknown element. The third is calculating about the percentage purity of a substance. And the fourth type of calculation in volumetric analysis is calculating the number of moles, number of molecules of water of crystallization. So I hope we understand later what we are talking about, the water of crystallization. What does it mean? Now for this session, let's touch about these two types of calculation. Baadaye tutaenda kuona worked example zake. Kwanza tuangalie jinsi gani, how can we calculate molarity. So in calculating molarity, normally kama kwenye practical, tuna titrate kama tulivyosema mwanzo, and we said in titration we are drawing a table like this, and we call this the table of results. The table of results. Kutoka kwenye table of results tunakuwa tuna vitu vingi hapa katikati. Hapa tunaweza kusema ni titration, ambapo tunakuwa na kwanza pilot, tunakuwa tuna namba 1, tunakuwa tuna namba 2 na tunakuwa tuna namba 3. Alafu kuchini tunakuwa tuna final reading in cm cube. Tunakuwa tuna initial reading in cm cube, na tunakuwa na volume used. So tunakuwa tuna initial reading, let's say it's 0.00, let's say it is 24.96, anyway 0.90. Hapa tutapata 24.90, tunachukua hiyo yuto ya chini. Then hapa let's say tumeanzia hiyo au vyote vile tumeanza 0.00, let's say tumpata 24.60, ukichini kwa 24.60. Then hapa let's say 0.00, hapa let's say tumpata 24.50. Then hapa tumpata labda is 24.50. Then hapa labda it's 0.00, hapa tumpata 24.40. Hapa itakuwa 24.40. So to get the volume of acid used, utapata sana V1 plus V2 plus V3 ambayo ni sawasawa na 24.60 plus, hapa tuta divide kwa 3, plus 24.50 plus 24.40 divided by 3. The final answer tupata ni 24.50 cm cube. Kwa hiyo that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Na yeah, inakuwa ndio hivyo. This is the volume of acid. VA ni sawa sana 24.50 cm cube. So it depends with your parameters nyingine ambazo umepewa, lakini normally other parameters they are known. So from here we are saying molarity of acid, volume of acid, number of moles of acid, molarity of base, volume of base, number of moles of base. So from here tumeshajua nini volume of acid from titration. Tumeshajua volume of acid. Now we are finding for the, that is titration, we have known the volume of acid. We are finding for the molarity of base, always it is known. Kama tuna calculate acid, molarity of base inaweza kuwa known. So it is either molarity of base is known or molarity of acid is known. If the molarity of any of these is known, now tunaangalia kwamba molarity of acid itakuwa ni molarity of base, volume of base, number of moles of acid, then volume of acid, number of moles of base. And kama tunatafuta base, maana itakuwa molarity of base is equal to molarity of acid, volume of acid, number of moles of base, number of moles of acid, volume of base. Kwa hiyo unakuja kuona equation yako inakuja kwa hivyo. Lakini tunapataje number of moles? We are balancing the chemical equation. Let's say if we are balancing between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid H2SO4. Balance hapo chemical equation tutapata sodium sulfate SO4 plus sodium sulfate plus water. Sasa ukibalance hapo utakuja kugundua kuna sodium 2 kwa hapo, tutaweka 2. So itakuwa 2 sodium, 2 sodium moja pale, hydrogen 2 na hizi 2 nne kwa tutaweka hapa 2. Oxygen pale itakuwa 2 na hizi 4 6, hizo 4 na hizi 2 6. So the equation is balanced. And then from there we are taking this and the parameter which is here. Because this is the base, number of moles of base here will be equal to 2. Number of moles of acid hapa itakuwa sana 1 because of the parameter which is present here. Now from there the volume of base which is used, we read it from pipette. Pipette reading, it is either 20 or 25. And from there we are using these volumes to calculate for the molarity of a known substance. So for example, kwenye hizi notes ambazo ziko, if anyone needs them, tani contact tu kwa namba ambazo zitakuwa kwenye description hapo juu, hapo chini na maanisha. Wamesema find the relative atomic mass of a known element. A known element in acid or alkali. Wamekupa 12.5 cm cube of 0.5 sulfuric acid. So tuna volume of acid ni 12.5 cm cube of 0.5 sulfuric acid. So molarity of acid ni ngapi? 0.5 m. Neutralizes 50 cm cube of a given solution of sodium hydroxide. Kwa hiyo molarity of volume of base ni sasa ngapi? Na 50 cm cube. Na base yetu ilikuwa nani? Sodium hydroxide. What is the molarity of the alkali? Tumeuliza molarity of alkali, maana yake molarity base. So from there tunachokifanya ni kwamba we are balancing the chemical reaction between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Balancing the chemical equation here, we will get the sodium sulfate 2SO4 plus water. Kama ukuelewa kwenye topic ya balancing chemical equation na ukuelewa concept ya acid base and salt, ya maswali yaweze kuyafanya. Kwa hiyo toka hapo tunakuja tukibalance hapa, sodium itakuwa 2 na hapa itakuja 2. So number of moles of base is sana 2, number of moles of acid is equal to 1. From there, using the formula, molarity of acid, volume of acid is equal to number of moles of acid molarity of base, volume of base, number of moles of base. Tutakuja kupata jibu molarity of base is equal to molarity of acid tumpewa 0.5, volume of acid tumpewa 12.5, number of moles of base, molarity of acid, volume of acid, number of moles of base ni 2. Haya, molarity of volume of base tumpewa ni 50 na number of moles of acid ni 1. So hii 50 hii hapa 12.5 mara 2 itakuwa 25. So hapa itabakia 2, hapa itakuwa 1. 0.5 gawanya kwa 2 utakuja kupata 0.25 m. That will be the molarity of base. Molarity of it's molarity of base. So in terms of calculation tukiwa na solve hii ndo molarity of base. Hapa kwa mfano kwa swali letu tunaweza kusema to therefore molarity of base is equal to 0.25 m. The procedures of finding unknown element normally for these cases huwa inakuwa ni one among the element tumepewa haijulikani. So in the second example we'll be describing how to find the relative atomic mass of unknown element, now even to write the compound or to predict the compound. And actually it's not predicting because we are getting the exact atomic number or we are getting the exact atomic mass of an atom. So having the exact atomic mass of an atom, we are sure that this element is this, maybe it is sodium or it is potassium. So thank you everybody, and later wish you nice studies.